Stop scrolling for a second. I'm about to tell you something so wild you won't believe it. Imagine this, you marry the love of your life. Beautiful wedding, family celebrations, everyone's happy. But then, one day, your wife turns around and says, "Oh, by the way, honey, you might also marry my mom." Wait, what? Sounds like the craziest joke ever told, right? But guess what? In Bangladesh, this isn't a meme, it's a real cultural practice. Before we dive in, if you love jaw-dropping stories from around the world, hit that subscribe button and join Country Secrets. We've got way more craziness coming. Bangladesh, a small country with a huge population. Over 170 million people squeezed into a land smaller than New York State. Walking in the capital, Dhaka, feels like entering another dimension. Rickshaws honking non-stop, street food sizzling on every corner, and markets so crowded you move at the speed of a snail. Now here's the interesting part. Behind all this chaos and energy, you'll find some traditions that outsiders like us can hardly wrap our heads around. So here's how it works. A young man marries a woman from the village. Everything's normal, just like anywhere else. But if the woman's mother becomes a widow, the man may be expected to marry her too. Yep, one man, two generations, mother and daughter under the same roof. Now imagine the awkward dinner table conversations. Pass the rice, who are you talking to, my wife or my mother-in-law? Crazy, right? And hey, if you're enjoying this story so far, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next insane story from Country Secrets. At first you might think, no way, this has to be fake news. But for these communities it makes sense. In poor rural areas, survival is everything. Love and romance? That's a luxury. A widow left alone is vulnerable. She needs financial and physical protection. The son-in-law is already part of the family. Trust has been established. Keeping everything inside the family avoids conflicts over land, money, and inheritance. It's not about passion, it's about survival and stability. And believe it or not, for them, this arrangement feels less scandalous than letting the widow face poverty and isolation. Now, let's flip the scenario. Imagine this happening in New York, London, or Los Angeles. Social media would explode. Hashtags everywhere. #mother-in-law drama, #double wedding, #family problems. News channels would fight to cover the story. And Netflix would already be producing a limited series. But in Bangladesh, it's quiet. It happens in rural villages, behind closed doors, with no cameras and no headlines. It's just another tradition, accepted by the community, even if to us it feels like something out of a dark comedy movie. Bangladesh is full of practices that leave outsiders speechless. Child marriages are still a huge issue, especially in poor regions. Polygamy is legal under certain conditions. And social pressure is so strong that even if someone disagrees, they might have no choice but to accept. Crazy, right? And if you love learning shocking facts like these, tap that subscribe button right now. Don't miss any of our unbelievable videos. Bangladesh is a country of extremes. On one side, it has one of the fastest growing economies in Asia, with booming garment factories and a young workforce. On the other side, old traditions and cultural rules that feel like they come from another century still shape daily life. And here's the big question. Are they the strange ones for holding on to these customs? Or are we strange for believing our way of life is the only normal one? So, let me throw this at you. Would you ever, under any circumstance, accept living in a society where your wife and your mother-in-law could share the same man? Because me? That's a nightmare I don't even want to dream about. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to see what you think about this one. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Country Secrets, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next shocking story we uncover from around the globe.